Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 6 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Had the Unknown Sharingan that I posted on this channel, and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support, guys. Remember to comment down below and stay in tune, and I hope you enjoy each and every what if that I give you today. But for now, let's get straight into this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto faced off against Zabuza when Kakashi was captured in the water prison, as Naruto quickly defeated Zabuza water clone and then took on Zabuza, as Kakashi was free from the water prison. Naruto then defeated Zabuza, as Zabuza was on the ground in pain. Naruto was about to end his life. Haku then appeared in front of Naruto, as Naruto brought down his hand to punch Haku, but Haku dodged under Naruto's fist. As Haku then placed a paper bomb right on Naruto's face and kicked him away, as Naruto's face exploded, as Kazuna went over and checked Naruto's pulse, as he told the group that Naruto was dead, as everyone couldn't believe it, as Zabuza then told Haku to kill them. But Naruto's finger then twitched, as his body vanished, as everyone looked to see he was gone. Before Haku could even blink, Naruto appeared right in front of him and delivered a savage kick to his side, breaking his ribs, as Haku was sent flying through the woods. As Naruto then turned his sights on Zabuza, his eyes were blood red and his fingernails were extended, as he walked up to Zabuza and tear right through his side, as Zabuza was now gushing blood. Naruto was about to deliver the final blow when Haku got in his way, as Naruto killed Haku, as he then turned to Zabuza, who was on the ground. Before Zabuza died, Zabuza gave him a bit of information for defeating him, as he told him where Gato and his man was, as Zabuza slowly bleed out and die on the ground. As Naruto then went, as he killed Gato and all of his man, as Naruto also gained some of Haku's blood, giving him the ice release bloodline. And with that, the mission to Wave was pretty easy, as with Naruto clones they were able to finish the bridge building pretty quickly, as they named the bridge the Great Naruto Bridge because Naruto brought them Gato's head, signifying that he stopped the tyrant. With that, they headed back home, as Kakashi went to talk to Sarutobi. As Sarutobi told Kakashi to keep an eye on Naruto, something strange is happening. It happened 5 months ago when he suddenly changed, as he grew out his hair and just changed completely. Meanwhile with Eva got captured by Orochimaru, as she told Orochimaru that she's a vampire, as Orochimaru couldn't believe it, that was just a myth. But Eva told him that it's quite real, as the immortality part make him happy beyond anything he believed. But Eva turned into an ant as she got away, as she went outside and turned into a bat and fly away. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. We start this new episode with Orochimaru. It has been 2 weeks and 3 days. He has been searching for this girl that he captured, Eva, a while back, and he couldn't find any sight of her. But now, she just randomly shows up, as Orochimaru was sitting at his throne, and this girl just walked in like she owned the place. "Hey Snakey," said Eva, as Orochimaru looked at her with narrow eyes. "I know that you were looking for me, but I've been watching you the entire time," said Eva. "You've been watching me," said Orochimaru. "When you heard that I'm immortal, that seemed to bring up something inside of you. Is that what you want?" asked Eva. "Yes, immortality is one of my goals," Orochimaru said. "So, you want to become immortal," said Eva, as Orochimaru slightly nodded. "Well, At Konoha, there's another vampire. What? Orochimaru said. Yes, his name is Uzumaki Naruto. Have you heard of him? That boy with the nine-tailed fox. He's a vampire as well? Yes, he is. And why are you telling me this? Well, if you want to experiment, you can try and catch him, and experiment on him, since you can't catch me, said Eva. You're just willingly giving me this information. Why? Orochimaru asked. I already told you. Bye now, she said as she started to walk away. Suddenly, 5 Sound Ninja came in front of her. Really? I just gave you some valuable information and you're still trying to capture me? You walked in here like you own the place. You really think that you're going to leave like the next time? Orochimaru said, as he got off his throne. I don't have time for this, said Eva, as she walked up to the Sound Ninjas, as each of them pulled a weapon, as they swiped at her. But all the weapons fade through her body, as her body was now a shadow, as she just walked through them and walked through the wall and went away, as Orochimaru just watched the scene unfold in front of him. Well, if she was telling the truth, Uzumaki Naruto, huh? Well, I'm going to Konoha anyways, so I can capture him, along with Uchiha. Perfect immortality, along with those eyes. I will be unstoppable, Orochimaru said. I can learn every jutsu in this world. Meanwhile, Eva was a far distance away, as she turned back into her normal form. Well, I got you someone to test your abilities on, Naruto, she said, as she pulled out a piece of paper with a pen and started to write. When she finished writing the note, she bit her thumb as she wiped the blood on the back of her hand, which had a sealing tattoo on it, as there was a poof, as a small bat appeared. Bring this to Konoha to Naruto, okay? And give him this as well, she said, as she handed the bat the summoning contract for the bats. Okay, Eva-sama, the bat said, as he took it and went off. I'll be there soon, said Eva. It's gonna be good to see you again, Naruto, she said, with a smile on her face. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Naruto was walking on the street, as there is only 2 more days left until the Chunin exams, as he then heard 2 people arguing as he went over there. When he arrived, he realized none of them were wearing Konoha headband. Some of them were from the cloud, and some of them were from the sand. As Naruto watched, Kankuro, enough of this, let's go. No, Temari. This wretched woman started it, said Kankuro. Who are you calling wretched woman? The girl shouted. Karu, come on, we're not even from this village. Are you going to cause problem the first time we're here? Said Amoy, as Yujito was leaning up against a tree, as she sighed. First day here and they're already causing problems, she said, as she then turned as she noticed Naruto, as she saw him walking over to them. Hey, what's the commotion? Naruto said, as everyone turned their sights on him. None of your business, blonde brat, said Karu. None of my business? Haven't you noticed? Said Naruto. Notice what? She said, as Naruto gestured for her to look up, as she looked at his forehead. What, your headband protector? Yeah, I'm from this village, but you're not, and you're causing a ruckus, and you say it's none of my business? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's none of your business, brat. Now get out of here, she said to him. You're talking to me like you're much older. You annoying, loud woman, said Naruto, as Amoy shook his head. Damn it, that did it, he said, as Karu stepped forward, as she grabbed Naruto by the collar. I don't care who the hell you are. Don't you dare speak to me like that, she said. And I don't care which village you're from, if it's this one or not, as she pulled back her fist, as Amoy held onto her fist. Karu, no! Remember, we're here to participate in Chunin exams. Don't do anything stupid. Let go of me, she said. He's right, said Yujito, as she leaned up off against a tree. Don't do anything stupid. You should listen to your teammates, stupid girl, said Naruto. That did it, as she pulled her hand from Amoy, as she brought it down right to hit Naruto in his face. But Naruto grabbed her hand. Your emotions will get you in trouble, he said, as he started to squeeze her hand, as she felt pain instantly, as she dropped to one knee. What the hell, she said. How is this kid so strong? As Naruto looked down at her, as he then released a killer intent mixed with the fox chakra, as the Nibi opened her eyes inside of Yujito. Kitten, there is something about this kid, said the Nibi. What do you mean? Asked Yujito. Well, that chakra he's using, it's a tail beast chakra. And, if I'm not wrong, it's the 9 tails. But how? How what? Asked Yujito. Look at him, what do you see? Blue chakra, but it's so dense, said Yujito, and it's coming off of him in ripple. That's right. Now, let me send some chakra to your eyes. As Inibi did that, as Yujito saw that the chakra around Naruto was orange. What is this? I don't know, but it seemed that he could hide the chakra color from others. But now he's releasing it on such a high scale. It seems like it belongs to him. How is that even possible? Said Inibi. Why would Kurama allow this boy to take control of his chakra? And so easily. From what I know, he's stubborn and arrogant. Who's Kurama? Asked Yujito. That's a 9-tail real name. As everyone around started to go down to their one knee, except for Yujito. As Naruto turned his sights on her, as he narrowed his eyes. So, you have one as well, he said to her. As her eyes widened. You know, she said. As he stepped forward, releasing Karu's hand. Hey Kurama, I sense the money chakra in her as well. What kind of Biju does she possess? Naruto asked. That's the 2-tailed Nibi. The 2-tailed cat. The 2-tailed cat, said Naruto. How do you know? Asked Yujito. As she stepped back. You know that I have one as well, said Naruto. That's the same way I know, he said. And what about you? Are you just going to stand there? Said Naruto. Huh? Said Yujito. As Naruto then turned his head and looked up, as Gaara was standing upside down on the tree. Sand then engulfed him as Naruto released his killer intent. As Gaara appeared a few feet away from Naruto. What's your name? Gaara asked. It's polite to give your name before asking. My name is Gaara. Hello Gaara. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, said Naruto. Nice to meet you, Naruto Uzumaki. You will be the one, said Gaara. One for what? Naruto asked. To prove my existence. Huh? Naruto said. Hey Kurama, this kid, he has one as well. Yeah. Shikaku, said Kurama. From what I can sense, he's making his container unstable. Shikaku hates human and he loves to kill them. It seems like he's going to be taking out his wrath on you in this competition. Well then, let him try, said Naruto. Temari, Kankuro, let's go. As Gaara and his siblings walked off. As Karu and Amoy got back to their feet. What the hell was that? Said Amoy. I don't know, said Karu. As Naruto then looked at Yujito. Hey, what's your name? He said. The name is Yujito, she said. Nice to meet you, Yujito. You already heard my name. See you in the exam, said Naruto as he walked off. As she watched him walk away. That guy. He's something else, she said. Huh? What do you mean? Asked Karu. There is just something about him. If you guys see him anywhere in the exams, just stay your distance away from him. What? Is he really that dangerous? Asked Amoy. There is just something about him I can't put my finger on. I know he's a Jinchuriki, but something else. Where have you guys been? Said a voice. As they turned to see their sensei, Killer B. As Naruto walked past Killer B. As Killer B turned and narrowed his eyes at Naruto. As Naruto simply walked past without saying a word. Later that night, a bat came to Naruto and gave him 2 scrolls. One of them, a letter from Eva, and the other one is a bat summoning contract that the bat explained. As Naruto couldn't believe it, Eva has been doing so much for him, as he wondered when will she come home, as he missed her. As he quickly read the note, as it read, Naruto, I'll be home to see you soon, but remember what I told you in your training, that I will give you a final exam to see how you have come along. So soon enough you will be attacked in Konoha by a guy, he's called Orochimaru. When I read the Sound Ninja's mind, he is a legendary Sannin. Orochimaru? Eva met Orochimaru? And he's going to attack me? I wonder what she told him. I told him that we're vampires. As Naruto's sweat dropped, why would she tell him that? And he's also seeking the power of immortality. So he's going to try his best to capture you and turn you into a lab rat. So, don't mess up, okay? As Naruto shook his head. This is your test. I've been training you for 5 years now. I've pushed your body beyond whatever you can ever believe. And I also gave you 2 bloodline. So, let's see what you're capable of if you can take down this legendary Sanin. I'll be back in Konoha soon. Bye, and the note came to an end with a big smiley face at the bottom as Naruto smiled. As he then turned to the bat that hasn't left yet. So all I need to do is sign it? Naruto asks. Yeah, Eva-sama has already talked to our master about you. Well, she has proven herself, and she told our master, you are just like her. So everything is okay, the bat said. Alright, said Naruto, as he signed the bat summoning contract, as the bat then went off. As Naruto sit down as he looked through the window. This Chunin exam is going to be great, he said. Time skip. It was finally the day for the Chunin exams, as Sasuke and Sakura were waiting outside the academy. As they were waiting on their third teammate Naruto, he hasn't shown up yet. Damn it, where is he? Sakura said. It's weird for Naruto to be late. What's taking him? Sasuke thought, as he stopped calling Naruto dope in or outside of his mind because he remembered when Naruto smacked him across the face. And that aura that Naruto released, he couldn't even go near him. And also, he remembered what Naruto did to Zabuza and Haku, and Kakashi had a hard time beating Zabuza, and Naruto ripped him apart. So yeah, he wasn't going to call Naruto dope anymore. You guys are early, said a voice, as they turned to see Naruto walking up to them. We're not early, you're late, said Sakura. Oh, am I? Said Naruto, as he just walked past. Yeah, you are, she said, as Naruto walked past them. Hey, you're gonna make us late, said Naruto, as Sakura was there staring at him. What? You're the one that just arrived, she shouted. And now you're the one talking and making us late, said Naruto, as Sakura sighed as she squeezed her fist. But she then looked at Naruto as she opened back her fist, as she remembered he has changed, and ever since that day she hasn't punched him again, because there was just some strange aura around him that made her scared sometime. But now, he seemed to be in a happy mood, so she will just go with that. As the group headed inside, as they saw a large amount of people standing in front of the wrong room. Sasuke and Sakura didn't notice it at first, but Naruto instantly noticed it, seeing that he only has the Kyuubi's chakra. None of these genjutsus can work on him. Why are they standing here? Said Naruto. It was then that Sakura and Sasuke noticed the genjutsu. Yeah, it's the wrong room, said Sakura, as Sasuke was about to say something. No, said Naruto. Let them waste their time. If they can't go through a simple genjutsu, then they must be weak. As Naruto walked off, as the two followed behind him, as Lee and his team watched them. So they saw through the genjutsu, Neji said, as the group headed to the real room 301. At the moment they enter, killing intent was sent towards them, as Sakura stepped behind Naruto, as Sasuke was feeling a lot of pressure coming towards him, but Naruto stood there with a calm face, as he glared at everyone in the room, as all of their killing intent was washed away, as he poured real killing intent in the room, as most of them felt like they were going to pass out, as Naruto chuckled as he walked inside, as his team followed behind him, as they went and stood there, as everyone was filing in, as Naruto was looking around until he came eye to eye with Yujito, who was looking at him as well, as she turned her face, as Naruto chuckled. As he started to walk off. Where are you going? Asked Sakura, but Naruto didn't answer, as he went over, as Yujito saw that he was coming towards her, but her head was still turned. Why is he coming over here, she wondered. I wonder what he wants. As Karu simply glared at Naruto, as Amoy just looked at him, and then at Karu. This is going to get out of hand, he said. Hello again, said Naruto. So, you're here. As Yujito looked at him. Talking to me, she said. Who else? Said Naruto. Yeah, I'm here. I am going to take the Chunin exams. What is this feeling about you? Said Naruto. What do you mean? She said with a small blush on her face. Well, you're just pushing out pure confidence. Well, that's because I came here to see the strong opponents. I am one of the strongest kunoichi at my level and beyond. So I want to see who here can test me, she said. So that is why you're here? To test your power, Naruto asks. And so what if I am, she asks. Well, I'm not arguing with you. It's something I want to do as well. Really? She said to him. Yeah. You see, I haven't been able to show my true power or really show myself what I'm really capable of. Huh? And why is that? Haven't you have mission fighting dangerous opponents? Well, not really. Up to this point, I haven't found anyone really dangerous for me to go all out. You're talking like you're far stronger than everyone here, she said to him, as Naruto simply chuckled. What's with that chuckle, she said. Huh. Don't think about it, said Naruto. Well, it was good to see you again. I hope we meet again. But pray, that is not facing each other. What do you mean by that, she said to him. Don't let it worry you, said Naruto as he walked off, as she clenched her fists. What does this boy think? That he's far stronger than me, she said to herself. Well, I do hope that we faced off, so I can show him that I'm stronger, she said to herself. Hey, Yujito? What? She said as she turned to Amoy. People are staring, Amoy said. Screw them, said Yujito. This boy just got on my nerve. Back with Naruto, he walked back over to his team as he saw Sasuke talking with a guy with glasses as he was showing Sasuke some cards. But before Naruto could completely reach, there was a poof in the room. Everyone, get to your seats, said Ibiki. The first phase of the exams begins now. 1 hour later. So, no one else is going to leave? Ibiki asks. Alright, all of you that remain, you passed the first phase of the test. What? Said Temari. Well, said Ibiki, this test was about your technique to gather information. As most of you can see, there are tune-ins in the room with the answers. And there is no 10 question. It's just to see whether you will give up or push forward. So all of you pass. As he scratched the back of his head, Uncle is not going to be happy with me with these great numbers. As a banner then burst through the window as someone followed behind it. As the banner read, Super Sexy Uncle, Proctor of the second exam. As Uncle looked around, Ibiki, you're really dropping in your standards. I wonder if you're getting too old for interrogation. What does that supposed to mean? Asked Ibiki. Well, look in the room. Look how many of them are left. Well, it's not my fault that most of them want to die. Leave that part to me. It's time for the second phase, the forest of death, said Uncle, as most of them sweat drop. 10 minutes later, all of them were standing in front of the forest of death, as Uncle was explaining the rules. So there it is. Each team will get a heaven or earth scroll, and you have to get the opposite scroll to yours, and go to the tower in the center of the forest. You have 5 days. Beyond that, you're eliminated, Uncle said. Now, you have to sign these waivers. What for? Someone asked. Well, it's basically saying if you die, that Konoha is not responsible. Really? We can really die in there? Said one of the Chonins. Oh yeah, there's some giant creatures in there. Trying to make them scared, said Naruto in a low tone, but Uncle heard him as she threw a kunai towards him. But Naruto didn't move as the kunai scratched him on the cheek, as Uncle appeared behind him with another kunai at his neck. What did you just say, brat? She said. Well, I was just saying, you're trying to make us scared, but it's not working. Confident, are we? It seems I am, said Naruto. And you should really watch what you're doing, said Naruto, as Uncle felt something jamming her in the side, as she looked down to see Naruto already pulled out a kunai, as it was right at her side ready to pierce her. Fast as well. I like you, kid, said Uncle, as she removed her kunai. Hey, I think you should have this back, said a voice, as Uncle quickly spun around, as she swiped her kunai, but it was deflected by another kunai, the one that she threw in first. Oh, sorry about that, said the voice, as it was a grass ninja. You really shouldn't sneak up on me like that, said Uncle. Well, I was just giving you your kunai back, said the grass ninja. Thank you, Uncle said, as she took the kunai. You're welcome, said the grass ninja, as Naruto watched the grass ninja walk away, as he smelled snake. Orochimaru, snake. As a smile came on Naruto's face. Could it be? Is that you in disguise? Naruto wondered. Well, this is going to be fun. 5 minutes later, everyone got their scrolls, as they were at the gates. Begin, Uncle said, as Naruto and his team rushed into the forest. After 5 minutes of walking, Naruto stopped. What is it? Asked Sakura. You guys stay here. I'll get a scroll and come back. What? Said Sasuke. Yeah, stay here. I'll get the scroll myself. We need to work as a team, said Sakura. No, we don't. I can get the scroll. So stay here, said Naruto, and try not to get yourself killed. And with that, he headed off. As Sakura looked over at Sasuke, what do we do now? She said. Come on, we're going to try and find a scroll ourselves, in case he doesn't find any. Alright, she said, as the both of them walked off. Meanwhile, with Naruto, he was dashing from trees to trees, moving at a speed that no ordinary genin could see. As he then heard fighting, as he quickly dashed over there, as he watched Yujito and her team was fighting a team from the Hidden Rain, as Naruto was hiding in the bushes, as he saw Yujito and her team took on the team from the Hidden Rain. As Naruto watched Yujito run through hand sign, fire style, mouse trap, said Yujito, as she fired small blue flaming mouse from her mouth, striking one of the ranged shinobis as he slammed into a tree. As Amoy quickly rushed forward with his sword as he faced a ninja in Kenjutsu, but the ninja was no match for him as Amoy jumped up and delivered a roundhouse kick and then used the hilt of his sword to knock the ninja out. Flaming slash, shed Karu as she brought down her sword and swung it at the rain ninja as a huge dragon head made from flames crashed right in the ninja. As Naruto watched, so they aren't that weak after all. As Naruto then jumped out of the bushes, as the three of them turned their sights on him. So you're here, huh? Said Yujito. So, it's time we fight, she said. No, not really, said Naruto. I was just examining your fight. You came here. You think we're going to let you go now? Said Taru. As Naruto turned to her, you really want to fight me? After what happened 2 days ago? Don't remind me, she said. And for that, I'm gonna rip you to pieces here. It's legal to kill, even though we're in your village. So yeah, you're dead, she said, as she rushed forward, her sword extended. As Naruto looked at her and sighed, as he simply sidestepped her. With incredible speed, he grabbed her sword and grabbed her hand as he placed her sword right at her neck. You see, it's legal to kill, so I can kill you right here, and you'll be dead, just gone. Never seeing your friends or your family again. So what do you say? You want to die? Naruto asked. As she looked at him, the words coming from his mouth are so cold. As Yujito was right. This guy, he was far beyond what he seems. It felt like he could kill her without a blink. She didn't know why, but in a long while she hasn't been scared, but now, she was scared to the point that she was shaking. As Amoy noticed that. No, don't kill her, said Amoy. We won't attack you anymore. As Yujito narrowed her eyes at Naruto without saying a question. She knew that she was stronger than Karu, but for him to knock down Karu that easily. How strong was this guy, she thought. Don't worry, I won't kill her, said Naruto, as he moved the sword and pushed her off, as she fell to the ground, as he stabbed the sword into the ground. Well, it's nice seeing you, said Naruto, as with that he vanished in a blur. As Karu let out a sigh. That guy is something else, she said. Even though I don't want to admit it, he's far stronger than me. I can tell that by the 2 times that we have met. Yeah, I see it as well. What are you saying, that I'm weak? She said, looking at Amoy. No, I'm just agreeing with you, said Amoy. Well, shut up, she said, feeling embarrassed. Yujito, Amoy said. Huh? What's wrong? Said Yujito. Are you okay? Amoy asked. Yeah, I'm fine. We got our scroll. Let's go, said Yujito. And with that they headed off. Meanwhile, Naruto dashed through the trees. As he came up on another battle, it was that Gaara guy. He was surrounded by Kiri shinobis, as all of them were around him, kunais and shurikens, as they threw it towards him, as the sand simply blocked all of their attacks. As he watched Gaara teammates, Temari and Kankuro, as they were a distance away just watching. Is he really that strong? Naruto asked. As he watched Gaara blast all of them away with his sand, but he wasn't done there. They all started to kick and scream as Gaara pulled them towards him, as he raised them up in the air by his sand. As he then squeezed his palm as the sand crushed all of them, as blood rained down from the sky, as a sick twisted smile came on Naruto's face. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about, he said. as he then jumped out of a tree and landed a few feet away from Gaara. As Gaara turned and looked at him, as Temari and Kankuro quickly jumped to Gaara's side. "You know," said Naruto, "you're really something else. You're a stone cold killer." As Gaara turned and looked at Naruto, "Uzumaki, it is not our time yet," said Gaara. "Huh?" said Naruto. "Soon, I will prove my existence, but not here. Just make sure you survive till the finals." "Oh, trust me, Gaara. I'll be there," said Naruto. "Temari, Kankuro, let's go," said Gaara. "Gaara, are you sure?" "We can attack him right now," said Kankuro. "No, leave him." As Temari glanced at Naruto, as Naruto winked at her, as she quickly turned her head and walked away. "Prove his existence, huh? When will that be?" It was then that Naruto sensed a dark, ominous presence. "What is that?" he said as he turned his head, as he dashed forward towards the place. When he arrived, he saw Sakura on all fours, as she was huffing and puffing, cuts and bruises all over her hands, as Sasuke was on the ground, with his two-totem Sharingan activated. As a big smile came to Naruto's face when he saw none other than Orochimaru, as he saw the same grass headband. So he was that grass shinobi after all, as Orochimaru extended his head and beat down into Sasuke's neck. "What is that?" Naruto said, as he watched a strange mark came on Sasuke's neck, as Sasuke started writhing in pain and agony, as he then passed out. "Sasuke," Sakura said as she pushed herself off the ground and ran over to Sasuke. As Naruto then walked out of the clearing, "I left you guys alone for a couple of minutes, and you already got yourself in this much trouble?" "Naruto," Sakura said, "this guy, he's Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sanins. We cannot defeat him." Really?" Naruto said as he looked at Orochimaru. "Sakura, take Sasuke and go. I'll be there soon." "What? No, I won't. You can't defeat him on your own." "Sakura, go now. You will just be in my way." As Sakura lowered her head in shame, as she then looked back at Naruto. "Naruto, he will kill you." "I already told you. Go," said Naruto, as she picked up Sasuke. "Okay, fine. But make sure you make it alive," she said, as she then rushed off with Sasuke, as Orochimaru stood there watching the whole scene. "So, I finally get to meet you, Uzumaki," Naruto said Orochimaru. "So did you speak to Eva?" Naruto said, as Orochimaru narrowed his eyes. "Is she here?" he asked. "No, she's not here, but she told me that you were coming," said Naruto, as he then removed his jacket and removed all of his weights, and put on back his jacket. "Well, that feel more better," he said, as he cricked his hands. As Orochimaru looked at him, "What are you preparing for?" Orochimaru asked. "Well, Eva sent you after me, right?" "Yes, she did." "Well, you're a test." "What do you mean by that?" Orochimaru asked. "A test for me. You see, Eva has been training me all this time, and I haven't been able to test myself against someone really powerful to a fight to the death. Me and Eva fight all the time to death match for a human. Well, we're vampires. But you're Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sanins. You must be strong. And for all this time I couldn't be showing my real powers because Team 7 was always there and my sensei. But now, Orochimaru, we're out here," said Naruto, as he then slammed his hand on the ground as he pumped the Fox Chakra into a technique. As a giant crystal surrounded Orochimaru and Naruto, giving them enough space to fight. "This is," Orochimaru said. "Yeah, Eva gave this bloodline to me, from one of your subordinates." "Well, Orochimaru, what do you say? We go all out," said Naruto as he cracked his neck. "Because I've been waiting to push myself to the limit," as his eyes flashed red. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform, and stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. And I hope you enjoy each and every one of them. But I'm out for now, guys. Peace.